Hello everyone and welcome to melodic dictation. This is a melodic dictation that modulates, and that's what we're practicing in my class right now. And so here's a little ditty that I just wrote, although it is so obvious that it's quite possible that I just cribbed it from somewhere and I don't know it. We're going to call this E flat. I bet it's not E flat, but those of you with perfect pitch will just have to deal. So here is our starting pitch we see, and I'm going to count you off. 1 and 2. Do 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 do. Okay, so now is the time where you should pause the video and you can work on it for a moment and then restart the video when you're ready to hear a second hearing. Here's your second hearing. 1 and 2. Do 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 do. You may pause the video again. And here is a third hearing. 1 and 2. Do 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 do. And you may pause the video again. And here's a fourth hearing. 1 and 2. Do 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 do. Okay, so now we're going to start talking about this. If you need additional hearings, you can go back and listen again, but you should be able to get this in 4 hearings, I think. So one of my mantras for my students is that if you have any difficulties with rhythm, you should get the rhythm first, because one of the strongest predictors of success in melodic dictation is ability in rhythmic dictation. And so let's just check out the rhythm. So the first thing is we have to look at the meter here, which is cut time. So that means that's the same as 2-2, right? So that's 2 half-note beats per measure. And I counted it off that way. And so we had, and I gave you that quarter note upbeat. I wonder if I can erase this. Let me just see if... Oh, that's good. All right, good. Good. So here we go. So we know that we had this quarter note, and then we can just write dum, da, 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 da. Oh, that's not too hard to notate. Da, da, da. Ooh, that's backwards from what that other one was. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay, so this was longer. And then we had another quarter note pickup. Da, 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 da. And that one was long. And then we had another quarter note pickup. Does my shorthand look at all useful to you? If you have your own shorthand for rhythm, you can write in something of your own. And it was very helpful that the second phrase was similar in rhythm to the first. Da 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 dum 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 da da dum da dum dum. Oh wow. Well, that was nice. So now we should ask ourselves some questions about what we heard, because we had the starting pitch, dum da 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 dum ba da 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 dum, and then we had our modulation, da 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 dum da 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 dum. Where do you hear do at the end? Dum. That's what you should have heard. And where did you hear do before? Dum. So you should be able to relate the tonic of the section that modulated to the original tonic. So in this case, da 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 dum ba da 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 dum. We know that we ended on mi there, and that happens to be the same note that sounded like our tonic at the end. So isn't that exciting? So we started with do and we ended in the key of mi. Now, if do is a major key and we ended in mi, in the key of mi, what kind of quality would we expect that key to be if it were a closely related key? If you have any questions about that, you can just remember that our chords in our major scale are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7. So we're not going to modulate to that. But these are all the closely related. Let me draw a better bracket. These are the closely related keys to which we might modulate. When we modulate to 3, it's going to be minor if it's in a closely related key. Of course, we know many examples where it doesn't, but we can know that we're going then to the key of G minor. So first of all, let me ask you a question then. What is the key signature of G minor? So G minor is, what's the relative major of G minor? Is B flat major. And what's the key signature of B flat major? 2 flats, right? So when we modulate, one of the things we're going to have to do is eliminate that third flat. And the third flat is right here. And so that's going to become natural in our modulated section. Okay? So now, the other thing that we need to watch out for is anytime we're dealing with a minor key, we have this check for T. Minor key, check for T. So that's the other thing that you're going to want to watch out for. All right, now you've probably forgotten the melody. I've probably forgotten the melody, but let's get back to the melody and we'll try and sketch in the things that we know. So hopefully as you listen to it, you'll be able to sketch in the things that you know, and these aren't hard things really, right? So I'm going to go back to black, I think, for writing in the notes. And so we have do, do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. That's hard to tell where I meant to draw that, but I'll give that a little more top there. So we have do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. And I wrote that in as a half note, and I think that's appropriate. And then you should also probably have been able to fairly easily get so, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, and that we can write as a dotted half note. And then, now we know we've modulated to the key of mi. And so, you know, if I were doing this, I might just sketch it out. So now I hear this as do, do, ti, do, re, me, fa, me, re, do, fa, me, re, do, ti, do, re, do. So then, the thing is that if I've sketched it out like that, then all we have to do, we can actually fill in all the rhythms. Yeah, let's just fill in all the rhythms. We have to remember that that was a half note, and this is not super clear, but so now we have to fix some things, right? We have to look and we have to say, well, okay, we're in this minor key. First of all, we need to check for T. What would T be in the key of G minor? It would be an F sharp. So let's look for F sharps. Let's look for Fs. Okay, there's one right here. So let's add a sharp there. And where else do we need to add an F? This is actually supposed to be an F, so let's add a sharp to that. We can't just automatically do that. We can only do it if it was in fact a T, but those were in fact Ts. And then the other thing that we need to do is, because we heard this all in G minor, we need to fix the things that weren't in that key signature. So remember, key signature was for G minor is the same as B flat. It's two flats, which means we're going to get rid of the A flats. We're going to make them A naturals. So we need to look through and add an A natural there, and an A natural here, and an A natural here. And we don't need to fix this one because it's already been fixed here earlier in the measure. So now we have it written out, and all we have to do is check our work. And as far as I know, the best way to do that is to just sight sing what you wrote and see if that works. And that will certainly help for parts where you know you're in the right key. And the other parts you just, I think, need to trust that you've checked all of the things that are relevant for that key. So you've checked the key signature, you've checked that because it's a minor key, you've checked for T's, and then that's a good way of double checking. But so you might just read through it on solfege and make sure that what you wrote is what you heard. Okay, well that looks like a giant mess, but I hope that this was helpful, and let me know if you would like me to do more of these.